What's up, everybody? Shauna D Man here. Hope you guys are doing great. Wanted to finally bring you my quick review and thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, this movie dropped on Netflix a couple of months ago. I believe maybe back in August of 2025. I had just got around to watching it a couple of weeks ago. Have not had a chance to really get my thoughts on it because it's during the holidays. Been very busy, not only on this channel but also on the gaming channel. But wanted to really get into talking about this really quick. And to be quite honest, I actually really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure if I would or not, just because Netflix can be hit or miss with some of their movies and stuff like that, and usually I have to be interested in something first before I would like go and watch it or something like that. Or the word of mouth of a movie is so good that I'm like, okay, I have to go check this out. Now, K-pop Demon Hunters, like I said, I did not watch it when it initially came out, but yeah, obviously it dropped on Netflix, and then I believe it got a theatrical release a little bit later on, maybe about a month or so or back. And this is one of the things where people were kind of like, this movie probably should have been a theatrical release from the very start and not just on Netflix. Netflix has this issue where they have really good movies on their platform that probably would be better if they put them in theaters. And that's the issue with streaming right now, is that they everything's streaming. Like, most stuff is not going to the theaters anymore. Like, a good example of this is Paramount Plus. Their brand new Avatar, the Last Airbender movie that they're talking about is only going to stream exclusively on Paramount Plus. It's not. It was originally slated to go to the theaters, but now it is going primarily to Plus or Paramount Plus. So, like, it's such a weird thing to do. And Netflix has been doing this for a while, but specific with K-pop Demon Hunters, I the reason it came across my space was mainly because of people talking about it, mainly on TikTok. I would see cosplayers cosplaying Rumi of all the characters from the movie. But I think one of the songs that were just consistently going around on TikTok was Soda Pop. You know, that's done by the Saja Boys and everything like that, which was a boy K-pop band and everything. But that song kept going on, and so I was like, okay, what is this? I gotta check this out. And everybody talked about K-pop Demon Hunters, and I think I had a few uh cosplaying guests on the channel a few times that talked about it, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and check this out, see what it's about. So sat down, watched it, and overall I was actually very surprised and really much enjoyed the movie as a whole. The story's has little, left to be desired, but I think overall it was a pretty solid movie. The animation of it was like really really good. Like, it's the animation is like my favorite part. It's not the favorite part, but it's like one of my favorite parts about this movie. It's just like it's the style of it and everything. Now, I would say it's probably not geared directly towards me. It seems like it's more of a, because they did have a lot of K-pop elements into it, so that's probably more geared to that specific fan base of people who love K-pop. But it's still a really good movie, to where even if you're not a fan of it, of or if you're not familiar with K-pop in general, you can enjoy this movie overall, and the characters that are in this movie. So if you're a fan of K-pop, this is definitely up your alley. And I believe they're already planning on making a sequel for like 2030 or some 2028, 2930, something like that. Now, personally, I don't think it needs a sequel. I think it's good as a standalone film, but the movie revolves around three characters: Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. All talented singers in their own individual ways, but they are part of a group known as Hunters, and their job is to stop demons from entering the world and basically taking it over. They do that through the power of singing. So their songs create and keep a magical barrier in place that locks the demons below and doesn't allow them to come out. Now, occasionally, the villain of the story sends, at the beginning of the movie, sends some demons to basically kill them on their plane. We hop into it, and the one of the best things about this movie Not only is the animation, the voice acting is actually really, really good. It's the singing aspect of this movie. Like each of these songs are very, very good. Very what's the word? Infectious. Like you could probably find yourself singing these songs over and over and not even realize it. Each one is very unique in their own way, but so basically the Huntrix, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe are basically getting to the end of their tour, and the goal is to create this golden barrier that will permanently lock the demons in place. Now I don't know if it's like for a certain amount of time. It doesn't really specify that. If at least I don't remember in the movie if it does or not. But it doesn't really specify. It just says like we can lock away the demons and everything, forever and all that. So I don't know if because they do show a montage of the different demon hunters throughout the years from the very beginning in like feudal Japan, maybe not Japan, maybe South Korea or something like that. Maybe it's like Korea or something like that. But it shows like the very beginning, and you see like this evolution of the different versions of the hunters doing their job and protecting humanity from the demons. Now, one of the things about the story is no matter because I believe the demon leader's name was uh Jiwa. At least I think I messed up on the name, but no matter what he does, or no matter what it does, it can't defeat the hunters. And so we get introduced to the Saja boys, led by Jiren, or I think it was Jiren. Let me pull up his name. I can't remember all these names. I'm not very good at uh all of it. Let me see. It was where you at? Jin Yu. Jin Yu was the name. Um, and his story is basically he abandoned his wife and daughter to have a much more fancy lifestyle, as to put it. And so, in order to where is it at? Guima, I think that's it. Okay, it's Guima. But in order uh to defeat the hunters, Genu makes the Saja boys, and their job is to steal the fans of the hunters, and that way they can basically use them to take over the world. And so the whole movie is just because we do learn that Rumi is part demon. I thought they would have delved a little bit more into that. Maybe they will in the sequel because she's part demon, and so I thought that would have been an interesting thing to dive into, or at least learn more about like what like her parents, how did they meet, why did they fall in love, why did they have Rumi. So that is just something. So she basically has to hide her what do they call them, patterns. She has to hide her patterns from Mira and Zoe, otherwise you know they gotta kill her because she's part demon. But yeah, that is something I was kind of like, oh, I would have liked to learn a little bit more about that. And then towards the end, like the aunt who has been taking care of Rumi of all this time, I'm surprised they didn't like do a thing, like do the thing where like she finally accepts Rumi at who she is, because like towards the end of the movie when Mira and Zoe find out about Rumi, she kind of like runs off, and she is confronting her aunt, and it is just it's tough. It's an emotional sequence going on because like the aunt can't even look at Rumi, and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm surprised they didn't do the thing where like at the end of the movie she kind of like accepts Rumi. They didn't really do that, so I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. It's not really a big deal. Um, the choreography of the dances were pretty cool. There's that one. This is like after this. There's so many good songs in this movie. Like it's really hard to say which one is my favorite. Um, I think one of my favorite parts of the movie is the tiger and the crow, because the crow is wearing a hat and Jin Yu says, "Well, I made the hat for the tiger, but the crow keeps wearing it." And then there's that whole sequence of like the tiger struggling to tip back over a, a pot that he had knocked over, and so it's just like this couple of seconds of him just going back and forth and trying to get it. And so, but yeah, it was overall like it was a really solid movie. Like I thought, I probably would watch it again, to be quite honest. Um, the openings, let's see, the opening sequence of the songs were good, animation good, story was okay. I really loved that, even though Jin Yu was lying to Rumi, he definitely regrets what he did, and obviously he is where he is, as punishment and things like that. But Rumi still tries um to save him, because the plan is, if they can unlock, basically unlock the golden Harmoon, um, it'll lock the demons in place, and if he is on the earthly side, I believe his patterns will be gone. I don't know if that means he will be human again or what, but that's also part of what she's trying to do. She's trying to get rid of her patterns as well. So she's trying to get rid of the demon part of herself. Um, but she grows to learn to accept that other half of herself, and Mira and Zoe, grow to accept her, who she is and everything, and then they're able to defeat uh Guima, and able to basically live happily ever after. For And so yeah, we're getting a season, not season two, an episode, not episode. Oh, I keep thinking of it as a show. I keep thinking of it as a show because I don't know why, but a sequel to the movie, relatively soon. Not soon. Let me see. When did they say? I think I saw it here. I think. Oh, this is bright. Jesus, my eyes. What is this? Critical response. K-pop Demon Hunters received a wide acclaim from both critics and audiences, who praised its animation, music, voice acting, and story. On the review, oh, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 96%. I did not know that. And it won a few awards as well. So that's really, really good. And so yeah, yeah. So it was Korean basically. All right, so sequel and interviews. So interest potential sequel and side stories to flesh out the universe of the film. She said that many questions were raised. Okay. Okay, so okay. That's one of the things too. Uh it doesn't really give a it doesn't really give a like timeline or a date of it. Maybe it was just something I saw on on Twitter that somebody had posted. But yeah, overall, I would definitely give this movie probably a to be in my book. I would definitely give this movie an A, like a 9 out of 10. I very much enjoyed it. Story could have maybe been a little bit better, um, but overall, like I said, the voice acting was outstanding. The dance and choreography of it was outstanding. The music was really good. The animation was really good. So overall, I give this like a 9 out of 10 for me. But yeah, guys, that is relatively it. If you are new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure you comment below. Tell me what you thought about K-pop Demon Hunters. I would love to hear your thoughts about the movie as a whole. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.